really great, and she knows her stuff, so you're going to be blessed today.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I did not bring my handcuffs, so none of you guys will have to leave today. If we do have any felony warrants in the house, though, I would appreciate if you just took care of that after church. Okay? All right. My name is Corydon. I am technically a Calhoun County Sheriff's Office deputy as of right now. As of 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, I will be a Grand Rapids police officer. So I start tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., bright and early, but I wanted to hang out with you guys before I did that. So, yes, we're going to get started. Are you ready? I have a little bit of a background. I'm also very high energy. I probably won't hold still. I'm going to apologize for that right now, and if you need me to be quieter, I can't. So, all right, so a little bit of background on me. I graduated high school in '97. I am that old, believe it or not. I went to Youth for Understanding, which is a foreign exchange program, and studied in all these countries. Got my first degree in languages, came back. That's my host family from Geneva, Switzerland. Came back to the States, went to Western Michigan University, got 2 more degrees, one in French, one in criminal justice, and I was also the longest running captain of the color guard for the Western Michigan University Broncos. So that's where this came from. So decided that being a cop was the best job in the world, which it is. I chose that when I was 6 years old. I was at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and found a little dog. And my mom said, "What do you want to do with it?" And I found a police officer, gave it to him. He walked around, he found the owner, and she started to cry when she got the dog back. So at 6 years old, I looked at my mom and I said, "I'm going to do that. I want to be a cop." So I am still a police officer, not that I'm counting, ready to wear blue, done with the brown. So this is me in the academy, learning how to fight, getting tased, and getting pepper sprayed, which is a good time. Some of the photos that I have from the sheriff's office and some of the things that I do there. Control room operator, I started out there opening doors for inmates. I know that sounds really weird, but that's what I did. Corrections deputy, I was in a high security pod in pod F with people that were there for homicide, aggravated assault, aggravated domestics, things like that. Most of these guys went for life in prison. So they were hanging out with me for about a year while they went to trial before they went to prison. So made lots of real good friends there. They really liked me. I became an intake deputy, which means when you're not going to get arrested. When other people get arrested and come into the jail, that's where they come in, they get processed, they get their medical stuff taken care of and all that kind of thing. Transport, took people to prison, brought people from prison to court, stuff like that. Also worked in immigration. So any immigration that we had housed in Battle Creek, we would take them to either the airport or their country, wherever they were from, if they got deported, things like that. Courtroom security, everybody watches TV, right? You see the guys doing this behind the bad guy in orange wearing a mask? Yeah, that's us. Road patrol, got to pull people over, tell them they were going too fast, you know, even though I somehow make up those numbers and I don't have radar, I just off the top of my head choose people and say, "You were going 45 and a 25. And they say, "No, I wasn't." You're like, "You're right. I made it up because I wanted to meet you. You have a nice car." So, yeah, I'm not sarcastic at all. So, and then I was an SRO, which is a school resource officer. All the high school kids used to like hang out with me. I loved them very, very much. Probably one of the best jobs I've had, working with high schoolers. I have like the attitude of a high schooler, so we got along great. You know, I could just arrest them. So I was like the coolest kid in the school. Everybody loved me. So at the Sheriff's Department, those of you who have met me here probably know that I go 100 miles an hour. Yeah, so this is why. I gotta have a lot of things I have to do. Yeah, a cop pulled me over and said, "Papers." I said, "Scissors." I win, and wrote it. Not the best one I've heard, but I do calibrate all the PBTs for our drunk drivers that are out and about. will not be anymore, but on the union board for the Police Officers Association of Michigan for 6 years. PPCT Engage is pressure point control tactics and ground avoidance, ground escape. So I am a ground fighter and know how to use pressure points to take big guys down, or girls. I am on the recognition committee. I believe officers need to be recognized for the good things that they do, not necessarily all the bad things they do. So I work with a committee making sure that officers get to be recognized for the good things they do. I am the only female and have been the only female in the history of Calhoun County to be on the honor guard. So I attend funerals, I stand with grieving families. Thank you. I stand with grieving families, and I also do casket duty. So we take care of the casket, make sure that the officer who is killed in the line of duty makes it to the funeral home and is protected and guarded the entire way. So kind of a brotherly, biggest gang in the world. Police officers are the biggest gang in the world. So, and I am a, last but not least, and why you're here, computer forensics analyst. I am a Celebrate certified analyst and certified operator with Celebrate and Axiom, which is just a bunch of words that say I download phones, gaming systems, Alexas, and everything else that listens to you in your house, okay? When I do that, I work with the FBI, the ATF, federal, county, city. I'm the only forensics analyst in Calhoun County, so I work with all the departments, Marshall, Battle Creek, FBI, ATF, all that kind of stuff. So major crimes, kidnapping, homicides, aggravated assaults, armed robberies. I take all their phones, their gaming systems, any electronic device that's plugged into the wall that gathers information, I'll take that, I'll download it, and then I testify as an expert in court as to how I got that information. So I do a lot of back-end analytics on, everybody posts everything now, right? Social media, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it's everywhere. Once it is on one of those platforms, it usually goes viral, it's shared on all of them. I look at the back end of it where you can see who made it, who sent it, who's got the images, how they got the images, when they were taken, where they were taken, location settings, all that kind of stuff, so I can kind of piece together a map of what's happening, right? And then I testify into court as to who the bad guy is, who videotaped it, who stood there and watched the person get assaulted and didn't help, right? So then we go after the whole crew of people with felony warrants and all that fun stuff, right? Search warrants, go in, get IP addresses, take computers, take laptops, gaming systems, things like that. Anything you talk on, pretty much. These are some of my crazy criminals through my 13 years. This is a puppy that was, I always show this to the kids and they love it. I'm used to teaching like middle school, high school, so this is a different crowd for me, so just you're gonna have to work with me here. They like the dogs. So this is a dog that I found abandoned alongside the road. Eleanor up top was bitten by a brown recluse spider. Farley, he likes to run in front of cars. That was the second cast he had on that year. And Rookie, over there on the right, his owner likes to be arrested. Well, he doesn't necessarily like to be arrested. I should say he gets arrested a lot. So I always see Rookie a lot. So Rookie likes to the police car and won't ever get out. So I have to actually drop him out of the window as I drive away because he won't get off me. He just climbs my leg and gets in the patrol car. So we call him Rookie. He wants to be a police officer. Outside of work, I'm not busy at all. I have 3 ferrets, I do some skydiving, I quilt, I'm a cancer survivor, I fish, I paint, and I do photography. You've probably seen me running around with a camera. Maybe, that's me. So, if you're on Facebook and Instagram, that's me too. Sorry, I stalk everybody here, so. So, I went from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, I am now going to be Officer Ray at a GRPD starting tomorrow. So, these are some fun things at work. I wrangle cows. There's not a certification for that. That just comes naturally. And that car, believe it or not, was not driven there. At least that's what the driver told me. They didn't drive it. That wasn't them, even though they were seat belted into the front. It's like these aren't my pants, you know. I went to a party, I found some pants and I wore them. So you showed up to a party naked. No, these just aren't my pants. Okay. And what not to do at a high school is crush up a white Lifesavers and put it in the parking lot, because the principal will freak out, close the entire school down, and want every backpack searched over a Lifesaver. It's not drugs, it's just a Lifesaver. It's gonna be all right. But yeah, we locked down an entire high school for that baggie. So, good times. Don't do that though. I mean, really. It would be funny though. I might try it, I'm not gonna lie. Before I leave, I got a couple more hours, so. All right, scams, frauds, and phishing. How many people found out that their vehicle warranty is about up? Yeah? Well, I have some great news. I myself have an ancestor in Nigeria. And so all I have to do is send I can't remember what it was, like $1,500 to the lawyer to release the royalty paperwork. I'm gonna be a princess. So I just want you to know that if I leave, that's where I am, is in Nigeria being royalty. So if your car warranty hasn't expired, maybe your Amazon package didn't get delivered, or your PayPal got hacked, or your bank statement came through and a payment wasn't made, you're gonna need to put in all your information and let them know so that they can go ahead and finish that up for you, right? Yeah. It happens every single day. Every single day. They're getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. And I have good news and I have bad news. Good news is you can see it, okay? I'm gonna show you how to see it so that you don't get scammed, okay? A scam and a fraud are the same thing. A scam is a simple act by somebody. Hey, my wife's pregnant, I just ran out of gas, I'm at the gas station, I need to get to Chicago, I've got a job interview tomorrow morning, my mom just passed away and I need to go right now, can I have $50? I'd love to fill up your gas tank for you, where's your car? Never mind. That's a scam, okay? A fraud is, I need you to send me that $1,200 to release that paperwork to whatever, or I'm gonna steal this money from the company, right? I'm gonna take just a penny off every dollar and put it in this account. That's a fraud. We can get into felony frauds and all that kind of stuff, but that's not what's gonna happen in every day. PayPal, Amazon, anything that is a major industry that you put an account or information into. If you have to add your email and password, they're gonna try it, okay? So if it is something that you have your account in, your bank, whatever, that kind of thing, that's what we're talking about, right? Phishing, how many people know what phishing is? Yeah, this is gonna be a real interactive class, guys. You better loosen up, because I am not up here trying to look all proper this entire time. I can tell you that, okay? Phishing, what is phishing? Phishing? Okay, pretend there's a big pond of emails, right? Hacker is doing this, dropping that line right into that big old pond of emails. That's phishing. When they send you an email, hey, your Amazon package was supposed to be delivered, but we can't deliver it. We're gonna need you to pay the rest of the shipping fee in order to get your package. Okay, most people like me who order Amazon every single day would be like, oh no, my package, I can't. I gotta have it like right now. You know, I'm supposed to have it yesterday. You know, that kind of thing. Oh wait, I didn't order anything. You know, but they always have two things with these scams. They're huge red flags. They will invoke a sense of emotion and they will invoke a sense of urgency. Hurry or you won't get this, okay? You're missing out of this because you didn't do this, right? I need you to give me $3,000 in gift cards because it is the season of giving. Emotion, right? Giving, urgency. It's that season. It's right now. I have to do it right now, right? Here's where to look. This, okay, so I teach this. My mom just got scammed 4 days ago. I literally went to her house, tried to fix her email. I said, Mom, what are you doing? What's wrong with your email? Why aren't you getting your emails? I don't know, but I had to update my software. Mom, I teach this, Mom. You can't get scammed. It makes me look bad. Don't do that. So I said, what did you, well, it was Yahoo. They had to update their software. Mom, you don't have Yahoo software. You didn't download Yahoo. It's just in the world. You don't do that. Well, I put in my password and did this or whatever. Well, then she found out she sent out about 3,000 emails to other people. Oops. So this is a screenshot from her Yahoo. Just look at it. What doesn't look, you got to follow your gut with this stuff, okay? I can't teach you 87,000 different ways to see a fraud. You've got to go with your gut. So interactive, what do you see? Language, right? If you read it, we are closing all old version of our mailbox as far from today. But look at the capital letters. Why is mailbox capitalized? Why is today capitalized? Why is there a comma instead of a period? Please follow the link below to update your account, comma. I'm sorry, I'm not an English major, but that is not right. Click here to update, right? It's a hyperlink. They want you to click. I did do it on one of my devices that is not what I call a dirty device, right? So that's how I mess with them, is sign up for stuff or whatever on a separate device. It's on a separate network. I did that. I signed into her Yahoo and did that. It goes to a thing where you put in your email, you put in your password, and it says, congratulations, you've updated your Yahoo. Well, then they take that information and then they run with it, right? Again, failure to do this, comma, will lead to space, permanent account closure, no period. Like, who's writing this, guys? I feel like they need an English class. Like, if you're going to scam me, at least write it correctly. Come on now. That's one. Another one. This is a huge tell right here. Who is it from? What is this? Is that Yahoo's logo? Not at all. Not at all. Does Yahoo use an AT&T.net? They're Yahoo. They'd use a Yahoo, right? Does Amazon use a .net? No, they don't. So this right here, without clicking any of the links, this is a link. See how it's blue? Dear user, period. There's the period. We needed the comma from the other one and then put the period on that. You mixed it up. This, you can't really tell on the screen, but if you look at them when you get them on your phone, do you see how that's fuzzy? It's not real crisp. It's not an actual logo, and it's not centered. It's not on brand. Yahoo's color is purple. Why is this blue? That shouldn't be blue. That should be purple on brand, right? If you go to an actual website of Yahoo, everything is branded. All their stuff is a beautiful purple, shades of purple, everything is that color, right? They all have crisp logos. This is Yahoo. They have way much more money than I do, and I could make that image crispier, right? So they are not going to spend money and send out a logo like that. That's not their logo. And this. So when you get something like this, if you click Yahoo Mail, you can see who it's from, right? You're not clicking a hyperlink. Don't touch anything blue, right? But you can look and see who it's from. She got like 3 of these in a row, and each one was from a different address. You know who that is right there? You know who Ronald Horistish is? Somebody else who got hacked. What they do is they take your email address, they take my mom's email address, and then they email everybody she knows from her, right? Then they all switch their accounts, right? And they take those, send those out to everybody they know. And that's how they get their email lists. And then they're sold to people. That's why you have to unsubscribe from everything, is because those emails are sold. Okay? Another one, look at that. Bank of America and Wells Fargo. I don't have an account at either one of those. But gosh darn it, I better update my profile. Look at that. Even my email was like, nope, this is a scam. This is a scam. But look, These are different addresses. They're hard to see. But again, coloring, no icon, right? We've updated changes to your profile. This is not right. This is off center. So do you feel like in your gut, if you saw something, you'd be like, that's not right? If you have to correct a major player like Amazon and Gmail and Yahoo and anywhere else that you might spend your money, if Kohl's sends you something and you're like, wow, Kohl's icon is really bad, they need to check their grammar, guess what? That's not Kohl's, okay? That's not Amazon. They're smart. That's why they have billion-dollar companies, right? They're not going to have English like that. That is a huge telltale sign. When images don't show up, that's a huge sign. That is your email trying to filter fraud, okay? Because there is natural fraud filters on your email, okay? That's another one. Okay, there are 4 statements up there. I want you to tell me which one's true. How many people think the top one's true? Couple. Second one? Couple. Third one? Fourth one? They're all true. You're all right. Congratulations, you're all correct. See that? I did that so that you like me. Because now you're all right. They are all correct. This is what's happening with our digital devices, okay? This is why I teach teenagers not to send those pictures that they want to send to their boyfriend or girlfriend. This is why. And here's why. Anything that you have ever downloaded on your phone knows everything that you have ever put on your phone. Let that sink in for a second. Your Facebook app knows where you are. Yeah? How many people have searched Google for the best place to buy cat food, and then all of a sudden, Facebook has an ad for cat food? Yeah, yep. How many times do you get suggestions on where to go in the area on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat? It's because they know where you are all the time, which is really great if you're committing crimes because I know where you are all the time, right? Your bank knows what you search on the internet. Absolutely. They know everything. Every app that you download knows everything you put in the apps. So, how many people use a fingerprint to sign onto their phone? How many use the button, use Facebook to sign in? Use Google to sign on? Yeah? Google has your fingerprint on file. Absolutely. Facebook has the largest fingerprint and facial recognition database in the world. It's bigger than the FBI's. They are actually, Facebook was the one that caught the Boston Marathon bomber in those images. It's because they ran it over Facebook facial recognition, which is why you get suggested in photos. They say, are you in this picture? How did you know that, Facebook? Because they have the largest facial recognition database in the world, and now Facebook owns Instagram, right? Don't even get me started on TikTok. It's getting crazy. These kids that have phones nowadays have absolutely no idea what's happening behind the scenes on these phones. Instagram can pick you out of a crowd. So people that want to be quote unquote living off the grid, right? You can never be in a photo. You can never be on social. You can never be on the internet. You can't Google. You can't use a bank app. You can't use a phone. You can't use a cell phone. You can't even buy regular phones. They're all smartphones. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying any information that you have is going to be shared. It's that simple. So, can you protect yourself from scams and frauds and phishing? And by the way, if they text you, it's called smishing. That's just fun to say. Is that a schmish? A smish? Come on, that's fun to say. So, What do you do and who do you call? Here's the problem. If somebody walked up to you I'm gonna use Kohl's. I love Kohl's, I'm sorry. If somebody walked up to you in a Kohl's parking lot and hit you with a baseball bat, who would you call? Right? If you were alive, yes. If you were awake. If not, somebody else could, right? But you'd call 911, right? Somebody breaks into your house, who do you call? Me. I get to show up and bust in your windows. Yeah. Okay, if you're in a car accident, who do you call? If somebody steals your car, who do you call? If somebody steals something from you, who do you call? If somebody has an armed robbery, holds a gun up to your head and steals your wallet, who do you call? You call us, right? If somebody gets you to go buy $20,000 in gift cards, who do you call? Nobody, right? Because you're embarrassed. Let's all admit it. Nobody wants to admit that they've had a fraud happen to them, that they were not smart enough. Guess what? I teach this, and my mom got scammed 4 days ago. It happens. It's happened to me. It's happened to EJ's mom recently. She went and bought gift cards. It happens. The problem is that you can't not report it because we can't stop it if we don't know about it, right? There are hotlines that you can call to report fraud. Another example, everybody here that John Bright went to Vegas and got arrested? I'm sorry, but there's a warrant out for his arrest. I'm gonna need you to pay me $1,000. I'm his lawyer. He can't make any phone calls, but he called me. Really? Mr. John Bright's in Vegas with a warrant. Okay, but what if it was a grandkid? What if they're at college? What if they've started hanging out with some friends and maybe you're worried about them out drinking and driving and somebody calls and says, so-and-so got arrested for operating while intoxicated. We need you to send us $250 to get them out of jail because they can't make any other phone calls. Emotion, sense of urgency. Oh no, don't tell their parents because they didn't want their parents to know. How did they call a lawyer? That's my question. How do they call? I've had phone calls from Battle Creek Police Department that says they have a warrant for my arrest. Should I stop in at the jail with the next person I arrest? You can book me in, right? They're called robocalls, ghost apps, vault apps. There are apps that you can download right now. I'm not going to tell you what they are. That you can do the same exact thing. You put in what phone number you want it to come from, and you can call whoever you want, and that will show up. I could be John Bright today and call every single one of you and prank all y'all, and you'll think it's him just by downloading one app. So if there's a sense of urgency and a sense of emotion, and here's another catch, if you don't do it every day, then second guess it, right? How often does Pastor Dave call you for gift cards? I'm going to be the next one calling for gift cards because it's Christmas, it's the season of giving, you know? Give me gift cards, right? Or give the scammer guy gift cards, or whatever, right? Student loan forgiveness. Come on now. They wouldn't make me pay all that money up front if they were just going to forgive it. I'm going to second guess that one, right? Phone scams, romance scams. It happens to this day. We get calls all the time. Out of all the calls I'll take into law enforcement in 1 week, 70% of them are fraud. 70% of them are scams. And people will pay the money because there's a sense of urgency and there's emotion involved. There's a loved one involved. There's a loss of something. There's not getting the package. There's not getting something, right? Employment scams. This is a huge one. You've been hired. You haven't had a job in a year. You've been out looking for a job. You've been hired, but we need you to pay for these training materials for you to start your job. Send us this much money, we'll send you your trading materials, and then you can start your job next week. No. Debt collectors, loved one in need, suspicious activity on your accounts, payments attempted, charitable donation scams, unpaid fines, warrants. If one of you has a warrant, then go, all right, thanks. I'll stop by the courthouse and take care of it. You know, we all know that's not true. If your gut tells you that something's not right, it's not right. Your gut tells you that for a reason, okay? That's how you can see a scam. I could be up here for the next 3 years trying to tell you every little, and they're gonna come up with a new one tomorrow. But if you have a sense of emotion with it, if there's a sense of urgency and your gut goes, ooh, I don't know. Another one is to tell a loved one. If you can't tell your husband or wife what you're doing, it's probably a scam. If you can't tell your son, your daughter, or your parents what you're doing, it's probably a scam. With scams and frauds, you are a victim, okay? You are a victim. You got to get past the embarrassing part. This is the same thing that I tell criminal sexual conduct victims that don't want to report it. You are a victim. It is hard to get your story out, but I need you to talk to me because I need you to find the bad guy for me. I don't know who it is, right? Same thing I tell them. You got to be strong and report it, okay? And feel bad about it later, but get the bad guy first, okay? And being there to support one another. When my mom got scammed, she was very embarrassed. Many of you met her. She came to the 55 and up thing or whatever. We found out when we got home that she had been scammed. She was very embarrassed. She didn't want me to talk about it today. I convinced her that I wanted to. That's why she's not here. So with one, I'm going to end with on a good note and a bad note, okay? So I took a call in Calhoun County. I can't say what her name is and I can't say where she's from because she is a victim and I'm not going to release that information. She's not a relative. This is a call. I have spoken with her and asked her if it was okay to share this information and she said that was fine. She just didn't want her name used. So I get a call from a woman that says, my mother is acting very weird. I don't know what's wrong. She keeps saying she can't talk to me. Every time she calls, she says, I can't talk right now. I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you. This kind of stuff. The mother lived in a huge renovated barn. They had like a 40-acre farm. Huge renovated barn. She was an artist. Her husband was the farmer of this barn. Their two children, wife and husband or whatever, lived in the house. So they renovated the barn. They lived out in the barn. She had all these beautiful art, right? It was like my grandma's house. You walk in, it's like milk glass and the blue cobalt glass and all these art. I mean, it's just beautiful, renovated barn. I go out there, I talk, and the daughter's like, I don't know what to do. She won't talk to me. She won't talk about me. Okay. So I walk up and I do my friendly, hey, how you doing? She's like, like that. I'm like, lips are sealed. What's up? She's like, I can't talk. I'm like, okay. So I get out my notebook. What's wrong? Because I'm going to respect her. Something's going on. Obviously, she's not saying that just to hurt my feelings, right? Something's going on. What's wrong? He's listening, is what she writes down. I'm like, is somebody in the house? On the phone. I'm like, okay. Do you have it on speaker? Yeah, where is it? He's on my computer. Okay. So I go in and I see the mouse on her computer screen doing this. And nobody's touching it. And I'm like, whoa. Okay. And then I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm just gonna talk for you. So I get on there, hi, can I help you with something? Yep, I'm just taking care of this. Go ahead and sign that, sign this, whatever. Anyway, long story short, he told her he was from Microsoft. He had to fix her computer. She allowed him access to her computer. He downloaded some kind of spyware or whatever he downloaded on the computer that sucked everything off the computer. This is been going on for 3 days. 3 days he's been on this computer. On the phone, wouldn't let her speak to anybody, wouldn't let her call anyone, wouldn't let her talk to anyone. Her husband had passed away 7 months earlier. He had left her a lot of money. She was building a small house across the street because the barn was too big for just her. Was building a house across the street and was paying contractors to build this house. This guy, long story short, got onto her computer, was able to get her banking information, saw how much money she had, and convinced her that in order to keep her money safe, she was going to need to wire $80,000 to another country. Because her husband had not left any trust in place, kind of thing, like how much money you could spend for, I don't know what it's called, you know what I'm talking about. That kind of thing, she said, okay, and wired it. The bank didn't stop her, which I had words with the bank. How dare you let somebody come in here and wire $80,000 to a foreign country? But he had everything written down for her. He faxed her the paper, said where to wire it, everything. The bank tried to get on there to get the money back. It was gone. Account was closed. She was out 80 grand. What can I do about it? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only thing I could do was go explain to her daughter what had happened. I don't know if they still have the house. I don't know if they still have the farm. I didn't keep in touch. It's not one of those things you want to keep bringing up to people and reminding them about this bad thing that happened in their life. But their family she lost everything. By herself, lost her husband, lost 80 grand, lost the house across the street. What can I do? Give her a hug and hope everything works out. Sorry. That is the extent of what can happen, okay? If you're not telling somebody something because something is happening to you, something's wrong, okay? If somebody's acting weird, step in quick. Don't wait 3 days while they don't speak. If your mom's not speaking to you for 3 days and all of a sudden she's going to the bank 3 or 4 times, something's wrong. It's not normal, right? Okay, I'll be quiet now. Who's got questions? Bring it on. Go. Mm-hmm.
How do they get that number into the system? And so, because I've called those numbers before, and you actually meet real people doing that. I mean, I've had them call me before.
Yep.
Can you summarize that real quickly?
Yeah, the question was, you get a call, and I continually get 989 area code, which is around Detroit somewhere, and I don't answer them. I just block them or whatever. But you can block every number that comes through. The next time it comes through, it's a different number. I've tracked them before, up till 6 or 10 of them. They're all a different number. So how are they doing that?
That is through something called a Ghost app. So they can do a bulk call, which means they can pick the area code or the location that they want to come from. They can push it out to 350 people. When somebody answers, you get forwarded and triggered to somebody who actually answers the phone. So there's absolutely nothing you can do unless you want to block 5,000 numbers a day. You just ignore it. It's annoying, I know. You just ignore it. Same with the emails. You can delete them, they're going to keep coming. You can unsubscribe, they're going to keep coming. You can mark them as spam, they're going to keep coming. Your email address is sold. It's sold to 350, 500,000, 3,000 people. That's how you get, you sign up for Southwest Airlines, and all of a sudden you're getting, or you sign up for David's Bridal, cheese and rice. Do you want a cake? Do you want this? Do you want a photographer? Do you want that? No, I don't. Leave me alone. But no, you get 25 of them. You can't do anything about it, unfortunately.
What about when the whole screen goes black and the voice comes out to you saying your computer has been infected and it's just really scary? What makes that happen?
Like your phone or your computer?
Computer.
Unplug. Restart. Unplug, restart. Okay? Close out all your stuff, restart. Listen, I'm sorry? Pull the battery is good. You want to make sure your stuff is backed up, okay? You don't want to be keeping stuff on there that's not backed up. That's why I use like Google Drive or hard drive, external hard drive or whatever. Put all your important stuff on an external hard drive. Don't keep it on your actual computer. How many people walk up and just steal a laptop? I mean, I can hack into any single one of your laptops. Doesn't matter what password you have on it. Plug it into my computer, boom, it's open. So that's like phone encryption and stuff like that. It takes me 13 seconds. Done, open. So, and people can do it. The software is available to the public. It's very expensive, but it is available to the public. The software I use in law enforcement is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Is it more our generation that's being scammed? Are our grandkids wiser than we are?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because now everybody's buying things off Instagram or off TikTok or off Facebook. Guess what? That big, gigantic teddy bear isn't 12 cents. Okay? It's not. So when you do sign up for it and pay the $300 in shipping and link your account to it and subscribe for more, you know. Oh.
You have emails that you want to put in the junk or trash, and you open it, but don't click on anything. When you just open it to see what it is can they get anything?
Nope, you have to click on a hyperlink on the blue. So what that is what they're doing is they're sending you a door, okay? Consider anything that's written in blue a door. I'm sorry. He's saying if you delete an email without opening it, or if you open it, do they get any information by opening it? That type of thing. So if you got that thing from Yahoo and you opened it up and you looked at it and you looked who it was from and you didn't click any hyperlinks, they don't have anything. They need you to input information. They can't just take it. They can take your email address, but I mean, I can guess who's, 12345@gmail.com. I can run that all day. But if you just open it, that blue link, that hyperlink is the door. That's the door they want you to go into. And when you open that door, that cold air comes in, right? Just think of it that way. Don't open the door and the cold air doesn't come in, right?
I got a question. I have,
Where are you?
in addition to cell phones, we have a landline, and it has a screen display on the receiver, and it says Mary Free Bed Hospital.
Mary Freebed, that's
But it's not them.
Nope.
Is there a way to report that?
Nope.
Some way? No?
Nope, because guess what? I can be Battle Creek Police Department in about 10 minutes. I can be Amazon. I can be Kohl's. I can be PayPal. I can be Gmail. I can be Google. I can be anything. As long as I have their corporate number, I just Google whatever their corporate number is. I download that Ghost app. I want to be Holland Police Department today and call you and tell you you have a warrant. You need to send me $300 immediately, or I'm going to come arrest you. Urgency, emotion, right?
So we only call if we actually responded to a scam?
If you've lost money. So a lot of departments, a lot of bigger departments will have scam and fraud departments where they want to know what's happening, like what the trends are. How many people have gone in to buy a gift card and there's a sign above the gift card that says, if you are purchasing this gift card for anything other than family, please notify a teller. Have you seen those? You know what I'm talking, like, I don't know if the language is exactly that, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, who are you buying this gift card for? That's because we know about the gift card scams and we're trying to warn people about it. So we need to know about it to know what, but these things are getting developed every day. Every day there's 10 new ones.
So who do we call in Ottawa County? Sheriff's Department?
You can start with their non-emergency number. Obviously, this isn't a, the building's on fire, I just crashed my car type of call. So you can call their non-emergency number. A lot of times you can just Google Ottawa County Sheriff's Office non-emergency number or something like that. Or a lot of bigger departments have fraud reporting lines, like a line to call for frauds or scams or whatever on their websites. A lot of them do. Smaller departments, not so much, but.
With passwords, you get this information that says you should change your password every month, every 6 months, or whatever. Does changing passwords give you any more protection from these things?
So it's not going to give you any protection from people trying to scam you. It doesn't matter what your password is, your email address is still the same. But if you think that you have, like when my mom put in that information, the first thing I did was change her password. You want to make sure that, and this is another big thing, you don't change a password for something that has been sent to you, right? If I'm going to send you something, sir, you don't open it to change your password. You go to Yahoo to change your password. You go to Amazon to change your password. You initiate the move to that banking institution or that PayPal or Amazon or whatever. You initiate the move so that you decide where you're putting your information. You don't take other people's information and trust it. If PayPal says somebody's hacked your account, you need to change your password, by all means, thank you. I'm going to walk over here. I'll log into PayPal on my own device, and I'll check and see if I need to change my password. Or PayPal has an 800 number. Hey, I just got a scam call, I think, that said I needed to change my password. Is there something wrong with my account? All these big places have fraud detection, and all these big places have fraud protection as well. So if somebody gets into your account and takes money from you, a lot of these places will replace it. Credit cards and things like that will replace money that have been fraudulently taken from your account. But if you're going to change something, you don't wait for them to call you. Debt collectors, guess what? How long does it take for a medical bill to go unpaid to go to collections? If you don't remember what it is and somebody calls you and says you owe this much money on a medical bill and you don't remember what it is, did you get any letters? Did the hospital call you? Did the nurse call you? Did you go? Obviously, you've been to another doctor's appointment in the last 8 months, right? They would have said something. Hey, your bill's unpaid. We're not cleaning your teeth. You know, whatever. Fine, don't. Didn't want to be here anyway. You know? So as long as you initiate the move, you're good. Everybody knows a fraud and a scam. You know it. Everybody in here can say, I don't know what it looks like. I don't want to get scammed. I don't want to get fraud. If you, in your gut, feel that something is wrong, it is wrong. It's that simple. And taking the extra steps to investigate it your own way, choosing your own path to investigate it is the only way to do it. Sorry, I keep talking. My bad.
This is a very interesting fraud I heard. The program was skimming the third and fourth digits off of transactions. So we would never see it. But you have millions of transactions, and the third and fourth digit also becomes big money. So I assume some banking system found that all these little things were being transferred somewhere. You ever heard about that one?
It's like in that movie where they beat the printer. What's that movie? Office Space. That's what they do in Office Space. I haven't heard of that. That's going to be like business fraud. That's like you're going to jail in your business suit kind of stuff. I haven't had the privilege of arresting anybody like that yet. I'm going to work on that, though. Put that in my bucket list. Go ahead.
What good are programs like WebRoot?
Wait a second, Sharon.
What are...
We have a question here, and then I'll bring it up there.
Okay, yep.
You get an email that has these weirdly placed little diacritical marks in the subject line. Did I understand you to say that there is fraud protection in the software of my phone or computer? Now, where?
Nope. Fraud protection in the account that's being held. So like your Prime, Amazon Prime account, your PayPal, your credit card, anything you put money into, that kind of stuff will and might have fraud protection. I'm not saying they all do. A lot of them do, and you can find out about that, like which ones do. Your phone does not. Are you kidding? Your phone just spits out information left and right. The thing that showed up there that said the images have not been shown because it is possibly a scam. Do you trust this sender or whatever? That is your email trying to tell you that it's probably a scam.
She means Cyrillic characters in the subject line.
In the subject line? From who? From like who? Like just anybody? If I was going to send you an email, would I put that in there? That you know it in your gut. You knew the answer to that before you even asked. The bad guy. The bad guy needs to be arrested.
What good are programs like WebRoot and other things that claim to protect your accounts?
Well, I mean, I'm a police officer. I can claim to protect everybody in this building, but I can't. I can't be there for everybody, right? Every program's going to promise something. If it's a paid program, they're going to promise a lot more than a free program, you know. But what are they ultimately doing? Taking the money that you saved from a scam, right? I'm not here, I can't give financial advice. Trust me, if you saw my if EJ could see my credit cards right now, you don't want to take my advice when it comes to credit cards or any spending, okay? There's a reason the Amazon guy knows my first name, okay? I'm just saying, it's Christmas time, it's time of giving me Amazon packages.
Can we trust a thing like
No.
Geek Squad? Like Geek Squad, you can go online and then this guy talks and he takes over your computer and he does all this stuff.
You can trust whoever you want. Really, you can. But one of the biggest cases I've had in Springfield is a closed down car company sold boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of files of people that had attempted to purchase a vehicle and had filled out with their licenses, Social Security cards, birth certificates, housing, jobs, information, background checks, family members, everything folded up into one nice little folder. They sold them for $20 a folder. So we went into an apartment with a search warrant and ended up with 30 cases of folders. Yeah. So people's identity were still, and that was a car place.
But I mean, we pay to join Geek Squad so they can fix our computer online. And
my question is, who are they hiring at Geek Squad? Have they done background checks? Have they ever been arrested for fraud? Have they ever, you can't trust, I don't want to say you can't trust anybody. You've got to have some layer of trust. But I would start with Best Buy. If something doesn't happen right, if your Geek Squad doesn't do this correctly and something gets stolen, is there fraud protection? You can't keep track of who Best Buy hires, right? You would go crazy trying to figure out who to trust and who not to trust. And you never know, it could be a family member who's coming in and you don't know. You don't know. So I would ask if there's fraud protection. Also, I mean, what kind of banking do you do online? What kind of stuff, what kind of assets are you keeping plugged into the wall? That's the question. They don't keep the nuclear bomb codes on an open server on a laptop plugged into the wall, right? Because they don't want people to have those. The president, the governor, doesn't have their laptop on an open source network, right? Funny story, we have a deputy at Calhoun County that accidentally ran a plate incorrectly, switched the last two letters, and it was Governor Whitmer's. Needless to say, her men in black showed up and wanted to know why Officer Taylor ran her plate. So, you know her laptop is not plugged into the wall on an open source network, so.
Identity theft is a real thing. So when I get a phishing phone call saying that my Amazon account is going to be billed $999, right away my light bulb goes off in my head like, is identity theft creeping in here that somebody is hacking an Amazon account and just bought some electronic equipment and I'm getting billed for that?
I love that you actually were like, ding, something's not right, okay? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Ding, something's not right, okay? Can Amazon fix it? Are they wealthy enough to let go of $999? I would fight tooth and nail if somebody got listen, I can only afford so many Amazon packages without him finding out. That's a lot of money. You can call Amazon Direct. But they wouldn't notify you then. Because your email is the one's linked. They wouldn't steal your email. They'd have their own email, right? And you'd see that action. They wouldn't be signed into your Amazon. If I was going to steal your information, I'm going to use your name, social security number, birthday, maybe address. If I live close, I can steal mail out of your mailbox, right? That's another one, is mail theft. People just come by and snatch mail out of the mailbox, and they've got all your info. But that kind of stuff, I'd create my own account. Different email, whatever, with your information, and then use your money. But your credit card and everything is linked. And Amazon has things in place where that's not going to happen. And you can that's when you choose your own path and go to Amazon your own way and find out, did that really happen? It's a scam. That sense of emotion and urgency. Oh no, I'm about to be out $1,000. I can't buy any more Amazon things.
Does a VPN provide any level of protection above?
It can. They say it does. They say it does. I don't know. I don't know the analytics on that. I really don't. I'm sorry. Oh,
we had 2 calls from supposedly our grandchildren.
Oh, were they in jail?
In trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, they were in jail.
And I think all you have to say is, what is my granddaughter's name?
No, I just go, good. Good for them. Keep them longer. They shouldn't act like that. My favorite is, you know what, I can't talk right now. Can I give you a call back? No, that's all right, never mind. No, it's very important. Can I please give you a call back? What's your phone number? What's your phone number? I'll call you right back.
Want to comment on LifeLock?
LifeLock is, again, another paid program. I don't know a lot about them. Let me say this the right way. The people that I'm used to dealing with don't have things like LifeLock. They don't pay to protect. I know that LifeLock, and there's another one. There's another big one that's LifeLock, have guarantees that if something is stolen, they will cover up to $1 million or whatever. So I know that, again, that falls under that fraud protection. Like my credit card got stolen on Amtrak. I went and bought a pop, it was stolen on Amtrak. My credit card gave me my money back. Even though they got like $200 or whatever it was, they gave me my money back because I have fraud protection on my credit card. LifeLock is like fraud protection. I think that's purchased fraud protection. So they would have a guarantee up to $1 million or whatever, that if you lost a certain amount of assets under their protection, they would cover it. Which I'm not sure how expensive they are or anything like that, but.
I think our time is up, but you'll stay around, right, Corydon, if somebody has a burning issue? And
burning.
I would welcome you all back.